so let's break it down here. Vivaldi, Mandolin Concerto in C, obviously, in C major here. And we're just going to start. By the way, it's raining pretty hard outside. If you hear water noises, and there might be thunder occasionally as we go along here. But let's jump right in. So the great thing about this tune is it's made up of just really repeatable patterns. That's usually a bass note and an upper note that's hit 3 times. It's going to be the same. We're going to do a lot. And it starts right here on the G note. 5th fret of the D string, 3rd fret of the high E. And you're going to hit once here. Let me do that better. Once here, 3 times here. And you down and then alternate. So what you want to be able to do is just get your hand going in this constant motion. Now when I'm doing it, sometimes I find myself, it actually helps me to tap this thing pretty rhythmically. You want to do it 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the 6th time, you come down here and land on the 5th note of the A string. You can do that twice. And then you do this climbing phrase. What we're doing, you can come down here to the 3rd fret, and you need the 3rd fret on the A string, and you need the 3rd fret on the E string. So you can either bar it, or you can do 2 fingers, whatever works for you. I've seen it done both ways, and I do it both ways myself, depending on the whim, I guess. But you're going to go on the 3rd fret here, and the 3rd fret on the E string 3 times, just like before. You'll do that twice, just like before. Whoops. Then you're going to drop the 3 on the E down to a 1 on the E. And then do our little pattern, once and 3, and you'll do it twice. So, we'll take that, move it up to the 5th fret, and do the exact same thing. Where you hold your finger in the 5, and you have the 5 on the E string. We'll drop down to the 3 on the E string. The next phrase is, this is even easier, open E to the once to the 7th fret 3 times. Then open E to the 5th fret 3 times. And of course you'll do each one of these twice. All right, so we put all that together here. So far we've got we're just going to finish off on the 8th fret. Or you can do 2 fingers. Whoops. Do 1 finger. I was just doing 1 finger to try to be real obvious where I am on the 8th fret here. So. All right. And then we start doing kind of a walking descending lick. And what we're going to do here, start on the 3rd fret, and we're just come down to the open 1st fret, down here to the 5th, open to the 3rd, see how we're walking down the scale, 5th to 2. And you're going to do that twice before finishing off with this lick. 3 on the E, up to the 8, 5 on the A, 7 on the E, and back to the C on the 8th fret. So you combine those. It kind of finishes off what I think of as the A part. let's review that entire section here before moving on to the second half. But from the top, here's what we've got so far. 2, 3, 4. All right, moving on from there, it's going to go back pretty much into this repeating descending phrase we did before. Only before it starts into that, it's going to be a quick pickup note here, 3rd fret of the A string. And you're going to do this again twice, the same phrase as before. 3, open, 1, 5, open, 3, 5, 2. This little phrase, do that twice. Then we're going to start taking that melody and moving it up. Take that same phrase, kind of melody, but start on the 5th fret. Here we're going to go 5, 1, 3, open, 1, 5, open, 3. It moves up, same melody moves up, starting on the 7th fret. And it's going to go 7 to 3, 5, 1, 3, open, 1, 5, open, 3. See how we're just kind of doing that same thing? We're just walking down the scale. So here, I know I explained that clunkily. Let me play it through here without talking all over it. So starting on the 3rd fret, doing that twice. 5th fret, 7th fret, and then end here on the 3rd. All right, cool. And then moving into this next, probably my favorite part of the tune. I'll play it here and then we'll break it down. Pretty nifty little climb here. And we're going to start on the open E, and we're going to go back to our original pattern of 1 bass note, 3 upper notes. So open E to the 3rd fret 3 times on the E string. Back to the open E, and then down to the 3rd fret of the A string 3 times. Now open A and 3rd fret of the D string 3 times. Whoop. Oh, let me fix that. Can't have the A be out of tune. And then right back to the A to the 3rd fret again. So all you're doing is just kind of hopping your finger along on the 3rd fret from just going back and forth. One more time. Take that and start walking it up. Down here on the E string, I'm going to go 1st to 5th fret. So 1st, 5th fret 3 times. 1st again, 5th fret on the A string 3 times. 2nd fret to the 5th fret on the D string 3 times. And then back to the 2nd fret. And 5th fret on the A string 3 times. So all you've done is this. One more time. See how this is climbing? We'll put those two together. From here, we're going to go 3rd fret once, 7th fret 3 times, 3rd fret once, 7th fret down here 3 times, 3rd fret on the, down here to the open 3 times. Back to the 3rd fret once. And back to the 7th 3 times. See how it's just walking? And the last one of the climb, 5th fret once, 8th fret 3 times, back to the 5th fret, 8th fret on the A string 3 times, just like we've, same pattern, and we'll end, the final note is the D note, 5th fret of the A string. So let's put all that together, this whole climbing phrase. All right, so it moves into a new climbing part. We're just going to climb up some octave notes here. And it's going to be our low, high 3 times pattern. Let's see, where does it start? It starts here. 2nd fret of the D string and the open E. And again, 1 and then 3 times here. And you'll do that twice. And we're just going to start climbing the notes. So right here starts on the 2nd. Going to move up to the 3rd F note, and we're going to come to the 1st fret on the E string for another F note, an octave up. Same pattern. 1 here, 3 times here. Do that twice, and move it up to the G. 5th here, 3rd on the high E. Going to keep walking. Going to go open A to the 5th fret on the E, so we have A octaves. And we're going to go 1 more to B octaves. 2nd fret here, 7th fret here. So we're basically just walking E to B with octaves and our little pattern that we've established. From here, because you're probably in this, you should be in this finger, and probably grab this with your pinky here and get your pointer finger on the low note. So it's easiest to take ring finger, lay it on the 5th fret. And our pattern reverses, where it's the top note once and the bottom note 3 times. So to do this, wait, I think it does it twice. Yeah, twice there. And then the A stays, and the bottom note here will drop to the 3rd fret. And again, top once, bottom 3 times. So here, coming off this. It kind of turns it around by having the top note be the 1 and the bottom note be the 3 there, just for a second. Now drop down to a G chord, 2 and 3, and go back to having the bottom note be the 1 and the top note 3 times. And here, 2nd and then 3rd. Lift this finger off so it's open A, and keep this on the 3. Again, do it twice. Take the 3, move it to the 2nd. And again, open A in the 2nd, twice on the pattern. So we've gone from here, 3rd fret. We're gonna go back up to our B octaves, and we get there by kind of 1 note on the 3rd fret, 3 notes in the 7, and then picking up our octave, our low octave down here on the 2nd fret. Dropping down to the A octaves, open A, top A, and again bottom one once, top one 3 times. Do it twice. So it seems like I don't know if I explained that very well. So let me do this one more time. Right here. Back up to the A or B octave. And you're going to finish with this little melody. 5 to 2 and pause. Now we're going to take our octaves, start here in the C, 3rd fret of the A, 8th fret of the high E, and do our little pattern. Low to high, 1 and 3, and do it twice, just like always. Now just take everything and scoot it down 1. So instead of 3 and 8, we'll go 2 and 7, do the same pattern. Move it back up to the 3 and the 8, do it again. Then finishes with these 2 notes, 7 and 4. So let's look at that whole climbing thing right up into that point. We're almost to the end here. But it started out on E, 2nd fret here, an open E, and we started walking. Backwards, forwards, up here, this is where we are, right there on this 4th fret. And all we're going to do, the same descending lick before, it was part of our one of our previous climbs. But it's this little melody. 5th fret on the high E to the 1st, 3rd, open, 1st, 5th on the A, open, to 3rd. So it just walks down twice. All right, so here in the real, if you're playing the full-on thing, it does a slightly different melody and goes into a whole different part. But, I end my arrangement here, and I do the same melody as before. 3rd, 8 on the E, 5th on the A, 7, back there, and then I can just lead you right into a nice C chord where I finish it off here. All right, one more time on the way out the door here. Let's piece the whole thing together here. Here we go, 2, 3, 4.